This is a Samsung Galaxy S3, the US AT&T SGHI 747 model. This phone I exchanged for was an exchange for an HTC One X Plus that just came out. As you've seen from my other video, the One X Plus had major issues with the Wi-Fi signal strength dropping by 20 dBm or more when you held the phone normally, as you might normally hold it in the palm of your hand, in your left hand if you're right-handed in my case. On that HTC, I did find that if you held just the very bottom half of the phone well below the volume rocker, it didn't affect it that much, or hold the phone sideways, or even when I held the phone in my right hand it was a little bit better. But one thing I'm really liking about this phone is that it's much less temperamental. So here we have the Wi-Fi signal right now. Basically, I'll put it in my hand as I normally would, and virtually no signal change. So as a result, this phone works in all areas of my house that all my iPhones worked in, all my tablets have worked in, where some of the areas, the HTC One X Plus, I was getting really low signal, so I could barely browse the web, or sometimes actually lose the Wi-Fi connection altogether. And I'm not having that problem with this phone. One thing I did notice on this phone, and I think this is fairly common with a lot of phones, is that if you do hold them certain ways, you will block some of the signal. So like on this, if I move my hand way up and just hold the upper part of the phone, so I'm covering it, but this is not a way I ever would hold this phone. So now if I hold it like normally, so that's a huge difference. So the HTC is just much more temperamental about how you hold it, but you will block the signal on most phones. And I haven't got a case on this one yet, which might make a difference. But in general, much more happier with this S3. Miss not having Jelly Bean, but hopefully there'll be an update out pretty soon. Love having the 2 gigabytes of RAM on board, much better multitasking. The HTC without a case, though, is a much nicer device. This thing's a fingerprint magnet big time because of the glossy finish. But that's another subject. So anyway, anybody having concern with having the best Wi-Fi performance, if you're looking for top-of-the-line currently smartphones, I definitely would recommend the Samsung S3 over the HTC One X Plus.